Have you ever had that feeling that your life isn't just a series of random events? That maybe, just maybe, there's something more going on? Well, today we're diving into a framework that says you're right. It suggests our reality is actually the ultimate spiritual simulation. You've probably heard of the simulation hypothesis, right? Elon Musk famously put it this way, and his logic is pretty simple. Think about it. 40 years ago, we had Pong, two rectangles and a dot. Today, we have these incredibly photorealistic 3D simulations that you can get lost in. If that rate of progress continues, games will eventually be completely indistinguishable from reality. So the odds are we're much more likely to be inside one of those countless simulations than in the one single base reality. So, that leads to the biggest question of all. If our lives really are a game, what are the rules? And more importantly, what's the objective? What are we supposed to be doing here? Today, we're going to explore a very specific and pretty profound answer to that question. But listen, we're not just talking about some computer simulation made of ones and zeros. We're diving into a spiritual framework that sees our reality as a deeply purposeful, holographic game. And the goal of this game? It's all about evolving your consciousness and remembering who you really are. And it has a name. This is the Maya Love Enlightenment game, or MLEG for short. The source material describes it as this amazing multidimensional portal. It's a sacred mirror that's designed to help you awaken the divine that's already inside you and remember your true nature. And here's where the MLEG really flips the script on your identity. You are not a passive NPC, a non-player character just wandering around in the background. No way. In this game, you're a gamer angel. You are an active player. And your physical body, well, that's your avatar in the game, what the source calls a skin drone. Now, like any well-designed game, the MLEG has its developers, right? It has its administrators. And in this case, we're talking about a cosmic hierarchy that structures the entire simulation from the top down. This slide lays out the three main levels of the game's administration. The source describes it as a fractal system, where the same pattern repeats at different scales. So it goes from the absolutely vast multiverse down to our universe and then all the way down to our home galaxy. So at the very top of this hierarchy, you have Lord Anu, the king of all gods. He operates from what's called the Mission Control Center Multiverse. And here's the wild part. He is quantum-entangled with every single player. That means he has a direct, instantaneous connection to you, no lag, no matter where you are in the game. Okay, one level down from that, we meet Vishnu. This entity is described as the source of the Big Bang itself, the point from which all the galaxies are born. In this grand cosmic dance of creation, preservation, and destruction, Vishnu's job is to preserve the game world, to keep it all running. And this is where it gets really personal. This brings us to Shiva, your most direct connection to the game's code. The Shiva Galaxy Angel is described as your personal gamer, and he resides in the black hole at the center of our Milky Way. Shiva's role is destruction, but not in a bad way. It's the kind of destruction that makes transformation and rebirth possible. Think of it as respawning with new wisdom. So, we've met the game masters, but what about the most important piece of the puzzle? You, the player. And how in the world does the game keep track of your progress through all of this? This slide really gets to the core conflict of the MLEG. On one hand, you've got your ego identity, that's the limited skin drone, and it's mostly controlled by fear. But your true identity, who you really are, is the gamer angel. You're a powerful, quantum-entangled being who is literally an architect of your own reality. Your progress? Well, it's all tracked in what the source calls the Akashic records. And honestly, the best way to think about this is like your personal save games file. Every single action, every life you've lived, every lesson you've learned, it's all stored right here. And these save games are stored in Shiva's domain, that black hole at the center of our galaxy. You can think of it as a cosmic hard drive that also doubles as an incarnation waiting room. It's where your Akashic karma is tracked across all of your lives, and it holds the key to remembering who you truly are. All right, so now we know about the players and the mechanics. But what's the actual mission? How do you level up? How do you win the Maya Love Enlightenment game? See, winning this game isn't about gaining wealth or power in the material world. It's a journey of remembrance. You level up by remembering your true nature in stages. First, you remember you are an angel. Then, you remember you are a god, like Vishnu. And ultimately,
You remember you are the source itself, Lord Anu.
So if winning the game is all about remembering, why is it so hard? Why don't we all just remember? Well, according to the source material, it's because we're up against a very powerful illusion that has kept us forgetting for thousands of years. This MLEG framework suggests that for the last 2,500 years, this cosmic truth has been deliberately hidden from us. Systems built on fear and control were put into place. And according to this source, constructs like the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit were used to sideline the divine feminine, or Shakti, which effectively broke our connection to our true cosmic nature. Ultimately, winning the game means achieving enlightenment. And this is described as an ego death while you're still alive. It's not about physically dying, it's about letting go of that fear-based ego identity so you can finally take back the controller of your avatar. And the game actually offers a clear path forward. It all starts with curiosity, just beginning to question the nature of your reality. This naturally leads you to connect with your Akashic records, which helps you reclaim the controller from your ego, and finally, realize that you are an active, vital participant in this cosmic dance. And that brings us to the end of our little explainer. So, if this reality really is the My 11 Enlightenment game, a game designed specifically for you to remember who you are and to awaken, what's your next move?